Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Bonus Point Rugby Show. My name is TJ Olsen, and great to have you with us for episode 61 of the podcast. It has been a monster of a week in the rugby world with plenty of exciting matches, controversial news, and some exciting things to chat about today. So let's recap what we've got on store for you today. As usual, at the top of the show, we have our lightning quick recap segment with some pretty cool topics and news stories to chat about. Our first half segment is going to be all about our Wallabies starting 15. An old friend joins us back on the pod, and we're going to be chatting about who we think if Noah and Joseph Lolesio are going to be replaced with if they're out due to injury for the Wallabies starting 15 of the Lions tour. The second half segment is all going to be about the crazy news that's come out of Ireland scrapping their 7's program, all the financials behind it, what we think about the implications about their pathway program and all those types of things. And their bonus point segment today is all going to be about the potential top 3 players the guests and I would want to see in the ANZAC Test that is coming up in the Lions tour. To see who the guest is and the potential players, you'll have to wait and see. Plus our Super Rugby round 14 picks. That is what we have in store for you today. I'm too excited. Let's rip in. This is the Bonus Point Rugby Show. Thank you for joining us today, everyone, and tuning into another episode of TBP. We got a lot to cover today, so we thought we'd bring in the big guns to chat about some pretty spicy topics. An old friend of the show who's pretty spicy himself, but Mr. Tavita Halafia, welcome back to the Bonus Point Podcast.
Hello.
How we doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. I'm excited to be back here, brother. It's been a long time.
It's been a minute. But before we dive into the recap, touch on everything that's been going on, I do want to catch up. Like we said, it's been a while, and you've been a very busy man. I've heard nothing but incredible reviews about all the things you've been doing, and on the most recent project has been with the Pacific Island takeover at LA 7's. How did everything go?
Dude, look, it was a big takeover. I won't lie, as per usual, I underestimated the effort needed, but the team came through. It was awesome. And honestly, bro, it was just really great to see. I think it was like one of the biggest LA 7's crowds we've had in a few years. And just seeing everyone there, man, it was amazing, man. It was really nice to see our Pacifica people really get together and really enjoy the weekend. Yeah, I was really happy with the outcome.
That's awesome. And I know it was like a blend of music, you had interviews, you had panels, you had a whole bunch of different things that were going on. What was kind of the biggest thing for you, or what was the thing that went well the most in the event?
I mean, to be honest, bro, it was more so about the community coming together. That was like the really big thing for me. I mean, we had NFL players there, like Jesse Sapolu. We had, giants of rugby there helping us out. But honestly, it was just seeing our community really come together. And, it was quite evident that there was a Pacifica contingent. They were having fun, and they were watching the rugby. They were watching the musicians play. We had, CLC play. That was like ridiculous. We had, just the community coming together, man. And you know what it's like, from back home, we're used to that. And so seeing that happen at a rugby event, blending music and rugby and seeing how people just enjoy it was just like, I was really happy, man. The big thing for us is the community, and, a couple of Tongan flags were awesome too, even though we were not at that tournament at all.
Yeah, I know, but I'm excited to go to the Pacific Nations Cup as well. It's going to be on an even grander scale, get to see the community out in full force out in Utah, but it's going to be great. Okay, well, bro, I'm really excited for the next event that you put on, or whatever you got going on. It's really exciting getting around the Island City events. It's going to be good stuff.
You'll be there, man. And yeah, everyone follow Island City Media Group on our Instagram or in Polynesian Music Network. Stay up to date with us, and maybe even few inside scoops. I don't know why I'm doing that.
I don't know. I think it's just got a twitch going on. But let's dive into our lightning quick recap. Super Rugby had a big weekend starting off last week. The Blues showcasing dominance in Suva with their forward pack leading the charge. 3 of their 5 tries were scored by front row players. Love to see that. Get the Piggies get a try. They established a 22 lead by halftime. So this has helped the Blues secure a bonus point victory and propelled the Blues into a top 6 of the standings. We'll chat a little bit about that a little bit later, because that did knock off Hull's team. But in a rain-affected Sydney Derby, the Reds mounted a second half comeback to clinch a victory. A defensive crossfield kick from Dungunu to Lockie Anderson sealed the win, and the Tars also suffered a massive blow, losing Joseph Suaalii to a concussion, which we will also talk about a little bit in a second. But third game, the Chiefs ascended to the top of the table with a commanding win, and Christchurch will be very tough to knock off with only 2 games left to go. excited to see what unfolds from that. And lastly, the Brumbies secured a solid victory in Perth, but the match was overshadowed as well by another injury. Fly half Noah Lolesio stretched it off early in the game. Medical assessments cleared him of serious injury, and the win elevated the Brumbies to second place on the ladder. So lots of great matches being played with some big news stories coming out as well. But before we dive into that, any favorite matches over the weekend that you saw?
I mean, honestly, it was nice not to see Moana play and get a break. No, honestly, the Reds have been really turning it on for me. I'm a little apprehensive what's going to happen moving forward with them, but I think for me too, I don't want to come in here hot and hating again.
Why? That's what we pay you the big bucks for. Come on.
I've matured. I've changed. Okay, I'm someone that sits on the fence and analyzes and just gives an opinion with no bias. But bro, like the Blues are coming into form, man, and it was really interesting to see them. Because I don't think they played a full 80 minutes good. So it was interesting to see them really switch their style up a little bit and come in heavy, then back it off and heavy again. I mean, maybe I'm just saying that because they got Moana next.
Exciting match coming up here. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But first news story we want to talk about. Lightning quick recap. Les Kiss named as Wallabies head coach. Joe Schmidt, who initially planned to step down after the 2025 British and Irish Lions series, will now continue as head coach until 2026, allowing Kiss to fulfill his contract with the Queensland Reds before taking over. Yep. One thing that I think a lot of people also forget is that Schmidt and Kiss, who previously collaborated during their tenure with the Ireland team, share similar coaching philosophies, and we're expected to see a smooth handover. So Wallabies head coach, you're pretty happy with this?
Yeah, I think it's the best decision Rugby Australia have done in quite a while. People forget his resume, which is like wild. He's a very accomplished coach, and I think sad to see Schmidt leave, but he's a perfect replacement, and I dare say the right replacement for the future.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I would love to see Schmidt stick around for a little bit longer, but Kiss is a definite great consolation prize. Okay, next story, China Pacifica playoff hopes. We want to talk about this one. With 2 rounds remaining in the regular season, they sit 7th on the ladder with 24 points from 11 matches. They sit just 3 points behind 6th place Blues, who are 27 points, and 2 ahead of 8th place Waratahs, who are the 22 points. This weekend, they take on the Blues at a packed-out home stadium, then the Chiefs, and then lastly, the Hurricanes. I know you want nothing more than these lads to get in the playoffs, but they've got a very tough road ahead of them. Yeah. What are your thoughts on this potential playoff push, and how can they get it done?
I think what they do against the Blues is going to determine how the rest of the games go. I think if they get the win and a bonus point against the Blues, that's going to give them good speed and motivation coming through. I think they win 2 of the 3. Which will be enough, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think they can get the Hurricanes, and I think they can get the Blues. Chiefs, I think actually the Chiefs, I guess letting Moana slip, if they give them that game, that could potentially also help them with their playoff push as well, knocking the Blues out of contention.
I mean, honestly, I would like them to finish and play an Aussie team than a Kiwi team when it comes to the playoffs. But yeah, dude, I'm confident, man. They just need to put together 80 minutes, bro, and they're getting better. They are getting better, but you know, we've seen them have bad first halves, kill it in the second half. And last week, we sort of, not last week, the game before that, we saw them sort of putting together like a good 25, a little bit of a iffy, and then we'll see how they go. But I'm right there. My bias says they win all 3, but my head says they'll win 2 of the 3 with a bonus point in 2 of them, and those 2 wins will be awesome.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll see Huller in a couple of weeks banging on some trash cans, they have.
I don't know why I said that. I should have said they're going to lose all 3 games and not make playoffs, because then the opposite will happen. I have the worst luck.
Okay, last story coming out this week is Beauden Barrett shutting down the thoughts of US to join Super Rugby and instead advocating for a Japanese team to rejoin Super Rugby. Barrett stated, from a player's point of view, we've lost South Africa. We need to grab another country to fill those spots so it creates better competition, but Japan is the better fit. And I think that is also coming from his time that he spent with sabbaticals in Japanese club rugby.
Yep.
And he also thinks that the policy for New Zealand rugby's on long service leave, this could potentially open a pathway for them to eventually get selected for the All Blacks if they play in a Japanese team that is in Super Rugby. So there are 2 sides to this for me. I think a Japanese team rejoining Super Rugby is a great opportunity. I think it just wasn't the right time when the Sunwolves was around, and I think this is now a new day and age where we can add a Japanese team that will be great. But I do believe, if done correctly, American team can potentially have an upside. Mills Muliaina believes South African players could rejoin Super Rugby and help coach up some of the American talent. And I know we'd love Super Rugby games over here in LA. So what are your thoughts on this?
I agree. I think Japan should definitely be the next Super Rugby franchise. That comes down to what their organization's doing. I think Japan Rugby have really put in a lot of effort in growing the game. Their women's side, 7s and 15s, have blown out of the water. Do you know what I mean? Their under 20s are great. So I think they deserve to come back. And if there's any sort of nation that's putting in the work, it's them. But I agree with you. I think US is probably 5, 6 years away from a super franchise, but I can see it working. But I don't think they deserve to be there. I don't think it helps them at all at the moment in their growing phase. Whereas I think it'll only make the Japanese rugby insanely better. And to Boda's point about Kiwis playing in those teams, they already are. So why not?
Yeah, opens up the doorway a lot easier. Yeah, I agree. And I think we've already got something going over here with the MLR. Is it perfect? No, but I think you've got a competition that we can grow, we can develop. We're getting other players coming over here and helping develop that younger talent. Yeah, I wouldn't want to mess that up by throwing another random competition in, unless it's something that they built into the MLR as a potential pathway program. And like you said, it took a few years to kind of get it built out. That's the only way I see it working. But
yeah, well, I mean, it would be like when Japan, the Sun rules came in again. It would be exactly the same, if not probably worse. I mean, speaking off the bat, imagine if the MLR, they finish the MLR season, then they choose like their super MLR team that enters the Super Rugby. Like that would be sick, dude. So, we could use it as like an NPC format over here, MLR, and then choose the best side to go out. Maybe that's an idea, but actually, that's a great idea.
Damn, I didn't even think about that either. Yeah. Breaking news: All-Star team coming for Super Rugby. That's pretty sick.
Now watch someone else take this idea.
We'll trademark it. We'll get it. We'll get it out there somehow, so no one steals it. I'm throwing it on social media everywhere, so nobody can take it. But okay, cool. That's our lightning quick recap segment. Let's dive into our first half segment, and this is all about the Wallabies ahead of their Lions tour. I think the past weekend we saw two players who were contending for a gold jersey go down with injuries. That's Noah Lolesio and Joseph Suoli'i.
Yep.
We've gotten some news back that their injuries aren't as bad as we expected, but it got me thinking about the Wallabies starting 15 and how they would stack up with those two players' unavailable selection. So Huller and I are going to go through who we would select as our Wallabies starting 15, and we're going to take those players off the board. We'll go position by position. So I think what we'll do is...
Oh, sorry. No, you go. You tell me what you think to do, and I'll tell you what my idea was.
Okay. All right. Well, I was going to go starting from 1 through to 15. We'll just go like front row, locks, back row, and go back and forth. What's your idea?
Well, we haven't spoken about this, so this is live. So you tell me who you think, and then I'll be like, yes, or I agree or not, because chances are we're going to agree more than often than not.
Oh, I don't know. Okay. All right. I like that. Okay. I think that's a good idea. I look at this Lions team and I don't see a big rough style pack like they have in previous years. They're definitely a physical pack, but they're a little bit smaller in size, very dynamic. So I think they've got to be able to have a front row in the Wallabies that matches the first 50 and 60 minutes with that style. And if I'm selecting off form at the moment and guys that can bring those attributes to the table, my front row is probably going to be Angus Bell, Matt Fazler, and Alan Alatoa.
Interesting.
See what I mean? See, this is why.
Do you think Alan Alatoa can give a solid 40, or are you looking for more 50, 55, 60 from him?
I reckon he could give us 50, and then we could probably make a sub. I say, why the fuck am I saying we? I mean, I'm not a fucking Wallabies fan or coach here, but I think he definitely can. I think he's coming to his own after this Achilles injury, and I think he's definitely got the minutes on him. I think he's going to be the one that will hold the scrum intact. I think Angus Bell and Matt Fazler, they're no scrubs, but I think against this pack, they're going to come into a bit of trouble with scrum time initially. And I also think that they're the best three that can provide that impact, get over that gain line, and still, I guess, go the 50-ish minutes.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. Do you think Nella deserves to be on the bench? Because he hasn't had the best season, but I think we need him.
Yeah. No, so my thought process has been having guys like Hodgman, BPA, and then Nella coming off the bench. Yep. You've got lots of power. You've got scrummaging weapons.
Yeah.
I think I really agree with Lucan where he says we got to get behind Nella and we got to support him towards playing in a Wallabies jersey, because if they don't have him coming off the bench or in some way, shape, or form, I don't think they're going to get the job done, because he's just such a weapon. But
and he's acknowledged it too, that his season hasn't been the best and he doesn't deserve the jersey. But yeah, okay, no, I agree with that. Biggest bell, 100%, dude. Holy moly.
I just can't wait to see him go up against like a Genge or like someone like that, where he's got such a ferocious like running line. He's a monster on defense. He's fit as hell.
Agreed.
Like he's going to go
Yeah,
for
dude, he
days.
makes a lot of tackles.
Ridiculous. Yeah,
I'm
ridiculous
like, bro,
amount of
your
tackle.
work rate you got a work rate over 6 playing at pro.
He's good. He's good.
He's good. Okay, so
Okay. All right. I'm actually surprised. I thought you were going to throw a few wrenches at me with that front
dude, I'll
row.
be honest with you, man. Australian rugby right now has been changing, and I'm catching up. So everyone that I like, I haven't chosen.
Interesting. Okay, well, I can't wait to have this conversation then. This is going to be great. Okay, locks. I've got Will Skelton and Nick Frost.
That's it.
Yeah. Nick Frost plays a part in the line-out options, and I think this is where it's going to be a little tricky with the team that I'm playing, but I think line-out options, I've still got a couple of options that we can throw in there with the back row.
See, I knew we were on the same page, bro. That's why I went to line out straight away. 6, 7, 8. Then this is my jam. Let's get it.
Yeah. Okay, so this is going to be the one where I think I'm going to be very surprised if you agree with me on this one. So 6 is going to be Valentini.
Yeah.
Carlo Tizzano is going to be my 7, and then Langi Gleeson my 8.
Lungy for sure. Dude, what a season.
Yeah, he's been killing it.
Nah, I'm going Gamble, bros, at 7.
Gamble?
Yep. 100%,
I don't even think he makes. I want him in there, but I don't even think he makes the squad.
Nah, bro. Well, the reason why I say that too is I think with the forward pack for the Lions, like you said earlier, they're not like the rambunctious bully type, right? They're going to be playing not expensive, but they're definitely going to use the 15 to 15. And I think we need someone that is just like a firecracker that can just literally do his job, but then when push comes to shove, start pushing the limits. And I like how he's playing at the moment.
If Gamble's in the mix, I definitely would have him coming off the bench. I don't even think he's going to get selected, honestly, because I think you've got a few guys in front of him. I think you've got Fraser McWright behind. But the reason I chose Tizzano over McWright and Gamble was because just his stats are ridiculous right now. The only thing that McWright hasn't beat him in stats, I believe, is dominant tackles, and I think turnovers 1, but his tackles and percentage of tackles are higher. He's been a try-scoring machine, and his defenders beaten, I think it's like 26-2 to Fraser McWright. So it's
that's pretty good. But yeah, stop doing this to me. Now I feel dumb. Let's do the All Blacks now.
No, you'd probably destroy me on that one. I don't know. I'd get too up in my feels about that one, and then just choose all the guys that I like on the Chiefs. That wouldn't be good. All right, let's chat about 9 and 10, because I think this is where it's going to be tough, because I think if you are talking like New Zealand, which I don't think we are, where we're going to be picking exclusively from Australian Super Rugby teams, my answer for 9 and 10. Me personally, I'm going off combinations here, and I know combinations stick well together.
Yeah,
9 and 10, I would be Tate and Liner. I would stick with those two, but I'm probably going to go Tate and James O'Connor.
Right. Okay. First and foremost, James O'Connor is having a very good season now. He's so mature. He holds the ball, gives the ball, kicks the ball. He's playing out. I really love him. But Liner, man, Liner's the guy that does everything at 99% out of 100. Like he just misses the X factor, which is why I would say O'Connor. Going off what I was saying about the Lions this year, I think the Wallabies are in good stead to play that expansive game, and I'd want O'Connor there, but maybe bring him off the bench. No,
because I agree with that. I agree with that. If you chuck Liner in the mix and he's your guy, I think the only thing that I'm worried about is that Schmidt is going to turn around and go, okay, Noel Olasio's out with injury, and we've got Tom Liner and Ben Donaldson, 2 very inexperienced players. If they end up going with Liner, James O'Connor is the perfect person you can bring off the bench in that 22-23 jersey.
100%.
Because he can play every position in the backline.
But would it be too late at that point?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if you got a Crusaders team and you're bringing him off the bench, like, he can do his 20 minutes. He can kick the last kick to score you a game. But are the Wallabies going to be in that position with Liner steering the ship? So that's my...
Yeah. No, yeah. We agree, disagree. So wait, you starting O'Connor or Liner?
I think you have to start O'Connor, at least in the first test. I think if you get Liner like 20, 25 minutes on the back end and see how he goes, and if you're confident in him, then get him the next start and the next game.
He's at that point now where if he's playing shit, he'll put his hand up to come off. Like I prefer that. I think Liner's just a little bit too tempted. Like he's a little too respectful. Connor now being at the Crusaders, he's just he's so cutthroat now, man. It's freaking beautiful.
Yeah. One thing I did like hearing from him as well, I think in a recent interview with Justin Marshall, he was talking about how fast everything is comparatively in New Zealand. He's like, I didn't know how fast like these halfbacks and these forwards could get to the breakdown. Like I wasn't even there in time because I'm so used to these players just like getting set, getting into these motions and then going through there. He's like, oh, we're going? Okay. And then she's like already around the corner.
Yeah. And that's what I mean. That's what I like. That he talks about the continuity. Like we're always moving. We're not setting. We're always moving. And I think that sort of gameplay is what's going to be beneficial for the Wallabies to win 2-1. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, we don't agree on that. I reckon the Lions are going to win 2-1. We've already spoken about this. So
this is the first time I've ever backed the Wallabies, Brass. This is the first time.
I was sitting and looking at my phone when we were texting about this. I have never dropped my mouth faster other than a cheeseburger coming out my mouth.
You should see my dad's face. My dad's like, wait, what? Did you say they're going to win? I was like, yeah, Dad, 2-1. He's like, are you drunk?
He's like, what has America done to you?
Yeah, dude.
Okay. All right. Centers. This has got to be a pretty easy one. I mean, we've got no one in the Wallabies camp, so it's got to be Paisami and Ikitau. Or are you going Karevi?
I'm going Karevi, bro. If you got a Connor at 10, I'm going Karevi, and then Ikitau at 13.
Okay. Yeah. Ikitau's a no-brainer. Paisami's who I'd go with because they've been playing together with the Wallabies, but yep, Samu he fits like a glove as well. He's the man.
That's the key there, because regardless of who's at 10, at least we got someone that can put it through to the back.
Yeah.
And Ikitau, dude, bro. Ikitau is the new Alama Iramia. No one to tell me nothing.
He's killing it. Yeah. He's
killing it.
Okay, easy. That one was very quick. Back three. As in wingers and fullbacks. Okay. So I've got 11. Oh, this is so tough. Nah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go Corey Toole at 11, Filippo Dungunu at 14, and Tom Wright at 15.
I agree with Dungunu. Here's the thing. With Wright at fullback, it's almost like Matt Burke at fullback back in the day. Do you know what I mean? Like, can do the job. But yeah, there's really no one else that we can suppose we put there.
You can put Kellaway there, but
no, we can't.
He's been playing wing.
He should not be in the team. He should not be in the team. No. I will not have that conversation. Well, I mean, okay, who else would you think then at fullback instead of Wright?
Well, the only other person I would have picked was Joe Suaalii, but I don't know if he's going to be ready.
I don't think he will be ready. How about this? What if we start Wright and then we pull him if O'Connor's having a blinder of a game and put Liner at fullback?
I mean, that could happen.
Liner doesn't have gas. No, that's all right. I'm trying to act smart now. I'm not acting smart. You're very right at fullback.
Defensively, it would.
Yeah, exactly. The thing that I like about Wright is that he's not afraid. The thing I don't like about him is that he's not afraid. And I just think he overruns a couple, he's a little overconfident sometimes.
Yeah.
But that could work against the Lions, man.
The only other change that I'd probably make on the left wing would be I'd put Harry Potter there instead. Because he's been having a blinder of a season. Not Harry Potter, the wizard.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Why would you hold him to left wing and not right?
Because Filippo's on the right.
So that's what I wanted to get to. So Dangunu's locked that spot in.
Yeah, I mean, unless you run out of depth and you have to play him at 13, because you could play Dungunu at 13. Like you could definitely do that if Ikitau's out.
Yeah, that's true.
Or you could bring Dungunu off the bench, and then you could have him as that utility. You could play 13. You could play wing.
Yeah, but he's been having a blinder. He's been killing it today. Okay, I agree. I think maybe Harry. I don't know, because Old Man's been killing it. No, I'm going Harry on the left wing then.
Okay.
Just to be different. No, I'm not. I'm doing
Harry.
Mark. I'm doing Mark. I always.
You're pulling him off league after the kick that he had.
I'm calling him. He's coming back, Bruss. That's why I want him on the team, bro.
I think I agree with the commentators where that was probably one of the greatest, not just league tries, but rugby tries ever.
Dude, when I saw it, I cried. I was like, why did you leave us? We needed you.
Because he's getting paid more money. He's getting paid more money.
Yeah, that part. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Harry Potter. I think Harry Potter for me, though, the only thing with Harry Potter under the high ball.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
Yeah, I told you we'd agree.
Okay, that was very surprising. I was expecting a lot more disagreements and a lot more banter.
Dude, I told you. I told you. Everyone I like, I didn't choose.
Look at you maturing. I love it. I love it. And seeing the light.
You say the what?
No, absolutely not. Okay, we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come right back. We're going to be talking about our second half segment, Ireland Rugby Union, the 7's program. We're in for a real spicy one.
Ireland, not an island. Ireland.
Ireland. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Our second half segment today is going to be around the IRFU, the Ireland Rugby Football Union, cutting their 7's program. This topic has a lot of people up in arms, and rightly so, in my opinion. On Wednesday, the IRFU confirmed the axing of the men's 7's program as part of a broader strategic effort to ensure long-term financial sustainability. In November, the IRFU financial results showed an $18 million euro deficit from the 23 season, and a variety of former Ireland 7's players and captains have come out to express their disappointment with this decision, with Billy Data saying the ending of the men's program is unbelievably deflating, and Harry McNulty, who has been probably the person who's been shedding the most light and also been having the biggest voice regarding this, saying there's been a lot of false narratives coming out recently regarding this decision, the financials, all that kind of stuff. To paint a picture for everyone, this announcement comes on the back end of the World Rugby confirming an HSBC 7's competition model change that they have said is designed to deliver long-term financial sustainability. So that must be the buzz phrase or the buzzword of the year, and grow the global reach of Rugby 7's in the lead up to LA 2028. This will involve a 3-division hosting model that expands the series from 10 to 13 events in 2026, where Division 1, where it was usually a core number of teams of 12, is now reduced to 8 per gender in a 6-tournament series. So we're going to chat a lot about this. We're going to go into a few of the nitty and gritty details, but what are your thoughts on this, Hala, with what's your initial reaction when the news came out?
Yeah, I was actually disappointed. Ireland not too long ago were killing it, right? And obviously 7's is an interesting game, right? We understand that there's ebbs and flows with 7's, bleeding new players, coming up from school, club rugby, then they want to go to 15's. But honestly, Ireland have, both men and the women have had like a really, really good periods. So I was shocked more than anything. I'd like to see these finances that they're talking about and to see like what's happened and how they've come about doing this. I literally watched Ireland play 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 2 weeks ago at LA 7's, and they're a good team, man. Like they've definitely got it. And I think how HSBC are now running the 7's tournament, this is great. Well, it's just bullshit. It's some bureaucratic bullshit that's happening in the Irish rugby right now, and I'm not for it. And this is reminiscent to me of Rugby Australia doing some interesting things not too long ago too. I'm invested into seeing what's going on. And I feel for him, man, because McNulty especially, he did so well with that team, bringing them up to standard. And I don't know, man, it just seems like a big investment. And then they're just like, well, I don't know. I don't know. It's like, it was working.
Well, let's go into. No, they didn't. I mean, they definitely didn't have their best year, but there's a lot of reasons that you see go into that. Like, I think over the past few years, you've seen America, for example, at the top in top 3 of the men's program, severely dipped there down to 11th or 12th. Oh, I think 12th they came last. Ireland have had a similar run. They were bronze medalists. They had been to 2 World Cups. They'd qualified for both Olympics like in recent years. But let's chat about 3 things. So I think the first thing is that Ireland has a very strict policy when it comes to media, which I think is the way that they've been able to pull it off, axing this program with no voices coming out of camp, is that no one from the IRFU or anyone who's associated with the program can post anything a day before a competition or a day after a competition. So that obviously keeps everything under wraps, and they're able to do this.
Do you mean like an NDA where they can't? Like
similar. Yeah, I think if and I think this was and shout out to Harry McNulty and also Samantha Lovett, who works for PR7's and World Rugby. They've shed a lot of light on a lot of this stuff. It sounds like if they go through the correct channels to reach out to players or reach out to staff through the IRFU make it very difficult for anyone to talk to media or to have anything to do through the correct channels. So that's one thing. The financials specifically, if we're talking about that, everything that I've seen come out, the IRFU have painted a very false narrative that states the program cost this much to run. I think on a non-Olympic year, the budget approximately, this obviously isn't coming from official documents, but there's a lot of people that are talking about this. $1.35 million is what the budget is, with $300K coming from World Rugby, $300K coming from the Olympic Committee, $300K coming from title sponsors. So that's around $450K on a non-Olympic year to run the program. And so I think if you look from a pathway perspective to round all that out, you've got more than ever the dynamic and fast-paced game that is coming into 15s. You're depriving yourself of another pathway of players, a Cheslin Colby, a Quagga Smith, a Corey Toole, a Leroy Carter, all these guys coming from the 7's pathway originally. They've obviously played 15s in school, but they've had their first professional experience in the 7's program. They're all coming out of there, and they're going into the 15s program and becoming the biggest stars in rugby. So I don't understand why you wouldn't, if that's the case, just cop that 450, find other money to fund that, and then continue on with the 7's program.
Yeah, I agree. I think also too, that's what 7's does. 7's has produced the greatest stars that we've ever seen. Eric Rush, Jonah Lomu, Matt Burke, David Campese, Willie Ofoengawe for the Wallabies. Like, the list goes on. It just doesn't make sense from a growing the game perspective. It does everything you need a program to do, which begs the question, what's happening behind the scenes on an organizational level? Has there been disputes from staff or high level to mid level to coaching? Like, what's going on here? Because it's not, like I said, it's not like, oh, guys, we came third, now we came fifth, now we're not even the top, now we're in the, like, there's no decline. It's literally pulling the rug up underneath them and almost saying F you, where we don't see a reason why. And that just doesn't make any sense. Like, we're talking about it now. It doesn't make sense. Like at all. I think too, we have to look at where's that money going to go now.
That's very true. Probably just back into the 15s program or something else to cover costs. Like, I know they talk about the money that was lost during the World Cup year and them saying, oh, we lost like this amount of money because there was no November internationals, but that was every rugby team. Like, they plan for that. That's every 4 years. That's coming up. You should be accounting for that cost. You can't just then use that as like a leg to stand on to go, okay, now we're going to cut the program.
And like, honestly, for me, the biggest point I've got is like, if the Pacific Islands can have 7's teams, what's your excuse? Do you know what I mean? Like, you're talking about, outside of Fiji, you got like Samoa on literally a nothing budget. Tonga, they've got a budget of nothing. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what are you guys complaining about? I don't know. Now I'm getting fired up because honestly, we're losing Ireland's losing a base to perform better and to like blood new players to come through, like you were saying. And it's like, if you expect Ireland to win a World Cup, it's not just in the 15s, mate. You're going to have a star that comes through, this program, or maybe out of school isn't the biggest, so he goes to 7's, then he comes back to 15s, like you said. But it's just, no, man. I'm legitimately just like, what the heck are you guys doing?
Yeah. No, it's ridiculous. Well, the last thing I wanted to kind of pick your brain about was this new format. What do you think about the fact that they're going from 12 teams to 8 now?
I love it, dude. I think this is great. I think it's what we need. I just hope that every tournament where they have the play-in, that they're dedicating set amount of funds to help these teams that can't necessarily get there all the time. But I'm here for it, Braz. I think it's going to strengthen the sport. I saw the Colombian women's team come out of nowhere and kill it. The Brazil women's team come out of nowhere to kill it. Saw a young Samoan team struggle, but they stayed in it. Do you know what I mean? Coming through to the play-in, and I'm all for it, bro. I think it's a good shake-up, but I'm waiting to see how it facilitates after, one whole or two whole rounds through. Just to see these young, I mean, if these lesser funded teams with like more amateurs can get better, then I'm all for it. But I suppose we're yet to see.
So what I'm hearing from you is that although we do have a lot to see how it all falls out through shaking the trees, you think it might actually incite a lot like more competition and might actually pull these teams up as well and make them a little bit more hungrier to crack that top 8.
Yeah, I think what we're going to get is these lower ranked teams are going to have a better competition, which then instead of getting smacked all the time, they're having good competition where it's going to help them, their IQ get better, and then we're going to see it. Do you know what I mean? I think this is great.
No, I agree. Okay, cool. Yeah, well, I didn't think about that originally when I first saw it come out, but I think that's an excellent point. And I think from a development standpoint, different code, but I think getting the opportunity to watch the Japanese women's team against the US women's team, we saw Super Rugby stars, Super Rugby AU stars on that team. We see like Alev Kelter, other players playing in that team where they're going, oh, US have got great coach. They've got they've got all this money behind them. They've got an amazing program. They should smack this Japanese team. They crushed it, and they had such grit and determination, and they played such a 80-minute performance that anybody can do anything if all the chips are down.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, I just think it's going to create that the competition that we've been missing in sevens. Do you know what I mean? Like right now, I mean, think about it. Spain's the #1 team in the world, right?
That's wild to me. Just like, even I've known that, and I've known that for a long time now. Just still hearing that just goes, this is sick. Like, I love hearing that.
And like 10 years ago, they would have a good game, a bad game, good game, bad game, but they slowly built it up. That's gonna happen more often now. Teams are gonna be having better games against competition relative to them. So I honestly think it can only help. Although I know I'm one of the few people that think that.
It's overrated being the majority. We know that. Okay, awesome. Well, our bonus point segment. I love that. We need to get that on a t-shirt and then get yelled at. Okay, our bonus point segment today is going to be a fun one because it's going to be on the ANZAC Test that is happening during the Lions tour. Before we even get into it, I'm so happy they pulled this off, because when they came out and said this wasn't happening, we're not going to be able to make it work. It's not financially financially viable for Rugby Australia. I was sitting there, I was like,
what are you guys doing?
I was so angry. We now know Ian Foster is a part of the coaching staff. We don't know if he's going to be head coach or he's just going to be jumping in. It'll be one of those. It'll be good. But we know there's going to be a lot of players internationally that aren't going to be selected for the Wallabies or the All Blacks that are eligible for this match. So Huller and I are going to pick 3 players we would like to see play in this test match who we don't think will be involved in that selection process. One player I'd like to mention before we get into this that I know a lot of people will say is Israel Folau. He has been shut down by the ARU because he has played for Tonga, supposedly. I don't know if he's able to play in that First Nations Pacific game that is going to be happening as well. That could potentially be something. But other than Izzy, we're going to go and we're going to talk about some of these players. So I'm going to shoot it over to you. Who's one player that you want to see?
Solid I stated about Israel Folau.
No, you did very well. I saw
Thank
that.
you, man. I told you, I'm grown.
Straight face. It was all good.
#1, bro, Julian Savea.
Damn, he wasn't even in the ballpark for me. I didn't even think about that.
Bro. Julian, give the bus a chance. One more time.
Damn, I did not. Wow, you've actually thrown a legitimate curveball, and I'm sitting there going, this is great.
My 3 are legit, bro. My 3 are too legit to quit, bro. Julian Savea, bro. He hasn't played much this season, which means he's got a solid 22 minutes in him. Let's let the kid play.
Oh, God. All right, well, I'm going to throw a curve.
Julian Savea at 13.
Okay, well, he's been playing most of his time at 12, but I think, chuck him at 13. Why not? But he might be competing for this guy who I'm going to throw another curveball in, Joseph Manu.
Yeah, that was off my radar. That's good, bro.
Yeah. So you see what I mean?
We need to see it.
Especially because Fozzie's coming in the mix and he's been coaching him over in Japan. I think that's the perfect one. He's like, come on over.
That's good, dude. I like that. I like that one.
Because he said he wants to play for the All Blacks one day. And so he does need to get some type of, I guess, FaceTime with the Australasian community and show that he can play the game over here instead of just in Japan.
Yeah, I like that. I like that one. A lot.
Okay, we got 2 curveballs to start it off. Who you got for your next one?
Imagine Severe at 12 and him at 13.
That'd be pretty sick. I would like that.
Bro, Crash City. Bash Brothers.
That would be. It's just reminded me of it's when we played. I played Colts at South. It was like we just had to play off our 10 Richie, and it was just bulls or bullets. And I was like, so we're not having either of these guys pass the ball. And he'd be like, nah, Lavinia and Dan Falmuina just running 2 hard lines and just hitting them in the corner. Yeah, that'd be great.
Bro, them in their prime, that was the worst.
That was great. It was so good to watch.
Worst. Great guys.
Just chilling on a wing going, I'm never going to get the ball because they're just going to keep hitting, crash.
Just down the sideline going, go boys. No, you're good.
May as well have been the water boy.
Don't do that to yourself. Don't talk about it. You were a very good player, bro. If everyone watching, TD was a very good player, okay? He's humble.
Shut up. We're talking about an ANZAC Test, not about me. Come on.
Okay. Bro, Pellegrini at 10.
Damn, another one. So you're just taking straight out of Moana then? You're not even going off shores.
100%. What
about if they want to play in? What about if they want to play in the? Because he's Tongan. What if he's Tongan, right?
Yeah, he is. That's true. I forgot about that. Dang it.
He'd play in the Pacifica 15 game.
He would play the Pacifica 15.
Julian makes sense.
Makes sense for sure. Okay, let me think this through. Damn it, now I have to scrap the other. Okay, bro, Quade Cooper.
Bang, he's on my list too. That's
Quade
great.
Cooper. Also, he
Quaid
looks
would be good.
ridiculously good right now. Like, I mean, what? Like, I'm like, bro, what happened?
It's funny what happens when you go over to Japan. You get like really good food. You get a really relaxing environment. You play a pretty
Stress-free life.
competitive. Yeah, it's a great life, and he's looking like he's taking care of himself.
Russ, let me tell you, that boy thicky thick.
Yeah, and
I mean, yeah, Quay Cooper for me at 10.
Okay, all right. I'm not even gonna. I think it'll happen. Richie Mo'unga. I'm hoping he comes over.
Dude, I hope, man. I also don't want him to, so there's still a chance that he plays for Tonga.
Yeah, you can still play for Tonga if he plays in this. It's just an invitational.
Yeah, but like, bro, it's like once he does that,
They'll
as if they're
entice
not
him
going
to
to
come
be
back to the All Blacks.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
that's fair.
Yeah, that's good. By that. That'd be awesome. That'd be fire.
Okay, who's your third one?
Well, bros, I've saved the best till last. I'm saying bring him out of retirement. Let's just see Richie McCaw one more time, bruh.
What?
Yeah, bruh.
He's been retired for 10 years.
It's an invitational, bruh. Let's just do it. That's my left field pick. Or do you want me to be serious? I was serious about that, though. I think that would be awesome.
Well, okay, well, we'll pause there. Honestly, it would be awesome. But do you see how much like weight he's lost now that he's just been riding a bike and helicoptering and running everywhere with his missus?
Yeah, bro. I think it'll be tackle city. You're going to run it, but, bro, I think you got to chop him. Also, that means he's going to hurt some knees, which means that the Wallabies are a better chance. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you're thinking tactically.
No, I'll tell you
okay,
I am taking a piss. But I thought that was pretty funny to say, to be honest with you. I thought it was hilarious. I genuinely thought it was funny. Nah, bro. I wanted to choose a forward, but I didn't know who or like where I would put him. So I stuck with the backs, but I hope he makes the Wallabies. I don't know that he will. You know what I'm thinking. Queensland Reds. Who would I choose from the Reds? Who's off the bench?
I don't know. Who would it be?
Okay, is that halfback?
Who would it be? I can't. Kalani Thomas?
Kalani Thomas, bruh. Yeah, I say Kalani Thomas, and the reason why I say that is because I'd like to see him with some super dope rugby play. Can you imagine him going to Richie Mo'unga? That would be, I think it's going to help him because I think he's legit, bro. I just think, it's like the age-old, thing at halfback when you're just like behind the guy. And he's impressed me this year, actually.
Okay, all right. I did not expect that one, but I mean, he's definitely a young bolter he's only 23. I mean, he's also a South boy. So is that why you chose him? Because he's coming from a good club?
I changed my opinion. And Kalani, I just think, let's use this game to, see some dope rugby, but also like guys like that deserve a shot. Think about when they choose the Barbarians, they go like the OGs, and then you get like these random people that come through, and it just helps them.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think. But that's my pick.
Okay, all right. I really like that. Okay, I'm going to throw an old geezer right back at you who's been playing some great rugby over in Europe, Tawera Carvalho.
Snap! Yeah, bro.
Yeah. I mean, bro. He's definitely on the back end of his career, but he's been playing some great rugby.
He's like 30?
I think he's like past 35. I think he's...
Bro, he looks good.
Yeah, he's playing... Let's have a look. I don't know. I was close. 34. Okay,
sweet. Yeah, that'd be good, actually. Good to see that bullet pass again.
Yeah, and he's just scrappy. I remember it was always like when we were looking at that substitute halfback behind Nuggie when it comes to the All Blacks, it was always between him and TJ, and they were both just like extra flankers, just going out and just like missiles.
He would tap on the head in the ruck, the little annoying general. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Dude, I didn't even look in Europe. I could have had a better. Damn it! But no, that's good. I like that. He'll be sick.
There we go. All right, honorable mention. I will say Brody Retallick. He's been killing it over in Japan. I would love to see him come back and play a little bit. That'd be awesome.
Let's just bring back the best All Black team of all time,
That would be insane. Just being like, okay, 2015 World Cup. We couldn't do that because Nehi's knee doesn't exist anymore. Nehi Milner.
Yeah, I was going to say Nehi Milner, but I'm just like, that's just mean.
Oh, God.
That's pretty good, actually. I like our picks.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I hope Fozzie's listening and he gets to pick a lot of our guys. But
bro, can you imagine? That would be hilarious.
That would be great. He's like, yeah,
you guys don't know what you're talking about, but I agree.
Let's pick all those guys. Okay, last segment on the show always is Super Rugby tipping. We are recording this pretty late in the week, so a couple of games have already played. Hurricanes have already beat the Highlanders 24-20, and the Waratahs, they went down against the Crusaders.
That made me so happy.
48.
That made me so happy.
I don't understand this. I see you wearing a Waratahs top all the time. Is it just like an FU to Waratahs?
No comment. No comment. Definitely don't look into my past. No comment.
And you're wearing Wix gear.
No, dude, I only want it for Moana. That's why. Because Moana's still in it now with the
That's fair.
Waratahs losing. You know what I mean?
Okay,
That's the only
that's a good
reason.
point. Separates the gap. Okay, there
And
we go.
also,
Okay,
I love Nella. I love Nella. So give me a break, bruss.
fair enough.
Cowboy
Fair
boys for
enough.
life.
Who have you got? Fiji and Drua versus Western Force.
Bro, Western Force.
Yeah, I'm going Western Force again. I was hoping that the Fiji and Drua would kind of catch some steam and have a crack, but it's not
Bro,
looking
I have
like
no
it.
idea what's happening in Fiji and rugby at the moment, but their sevens team at LA Sevens very much underperformed. That's the first time I've ever seen three games lost by a Fijian team. The Drua haven't performed this season, man. I'm like, what's going on?
They
Makes me
haven't really
sad
used
because I
their
want
they
our
haven't
brothers
really
to
used
win.
their superpower as well. The Fijian heat. Some teams have been able to beat them at their home ground, which was never
I know
happening.
it's weird to see, bro. Something's happening, but yeah, Western Force.
Something's in the Fiji water. Okay, Moana Pacifica versus the Blues. We know who you're picking.
I was gonna say Blues. Yeah, I think Moana Pacifica. Here's the thing: it's determined on how they perform in the first 30 minutes. Blues are going to come out firing. If Moana can get a couple of tries on, I think we're going to do good. I just hope we get the bonus point.
Yeah, they definitely can't be like my Knicks, who just went into the Eastern Conference Finals and lose by like 30 points in the first half, and then come back and then win a game,
what?
and then
they had Michael Jordan water. I don't know what they did that whole season. I'm like, bro, what are you guys on?
Yeah, I have no idea what Brunson is drinking, but I want some of that. Yeah, I'm going to go Moana Pacifica as well. I think it's sold out crowd at North Harbour Stadium. I think the Blues are obviously going to have a big contingent of fans there, but I think if they can get the ball rolling early, I agree as well. I think they can have a great game. I want to have a look and see who's starting for Moana, though. Is it Pellegrini or is it Jackson Garden-Bachop? That would be interesting.
Yeah, I haven't seen the lineup.
I will have a look.
I think the thing I'm worried about with the Blues is if there's too many lineouts, their rolling maul is very good at the moment.
It is horrendous.
And Moana's not the best at defending that. So I'm a little worried. They do play a kicking game, which I really enjoy from the Blues. I think Moana's been attacking very well, that back three, so I don't know whether they want to do that. But for the first time, my heart and my head say Moana, because usually it's just my heart. But yeah, I think they're coming together really well, man. And the Artie Severe difference, you can't tell me. Yeah, we're gonna spend too much time, but yeah, Moana. Artie Severe, bro, you're the man. You're my MVP every day of the week.
100%. And you guys are gonna get the win. I'm calling it here. Pellegrini is starting at 10, so you guys are gonna get it, and it's coming.
I'll be tonguing.
Okay. Last game, Brumbies v Reds. Who you got?
Head says Brumbies, just close game, but I'm hoping the Reds.
So you picking the Brumbies?
Yeah, Brumbies.
I'm going to pick the Brumbies too. I think they've just been on fire. I think the Reds they've been playing well, but I don't think they can get it done
inconsistent.
Number two. Yeah. I think
that's
that's
the
really
most we've agreed on. Ever.
I know. This is kind of wild. This is very unsettling. It's not good. We need more
because I
banter
love
back.
it up. I'm on TJ coaching brain now.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you everyone for listening in. Hulla, it was great to have you back.
Thank you.
It was good to chat footy with you again.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. Thanks for having me, man. I look forward to doing this again.
Got some exciting stuff coming up. Yeah, winkety wink.
We definitely do. They ain't ready for it yet. But no, thanks for having me. Let's go, Moana. Woo-hoo!
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned for new episodes coming out every Wednesday next week, and we will see you soon. Have a good one.
Peace, guys.